Because of the stamp, this water is highly surveyed. I've seen very small companies, very small, being paying a lot of taxes. You find that a company will pay 300,000 VAT. Those more stamps, you have to go through an audit. They tell you, we gave you 10,000 stamps. We want to see how you used them and how you paid taxes. So the moment you manufacture and you put on the bottle top, you activate that stamp. So you find that at the end of the day, the tax obligation is a really big burden to you. The taxes become very complicated, very complex, and you feel that like you're just working to pay taxes. Good evening, karibuni sana. This is your cheerleader of dreams. Here we talk about how to start, scale, and grow your successful business. I'm Dr. Regina Kengori, CEO RWK Africa. And today I wanted to talk about the complexity in the water business. The other time I talked about construction companies. Oh, so there are people who come and ask, I want to start a water business. And sometimes you think I have a borehole, so just pick some bottles and labels and start selling water. But there are a lot of taxes that are involved in that, and I've seen so many companies close down because they are unable to pay those taxes. So I'll talk about that. Number one, we have the value added tax. The value added tax, as I mentioned, is input and output VAT. So we have sales and purchases. And so when you start manufacturing this water, you find that the purchases that are vatable are very minimal. For instance, in this bottle, the purchased amount that is vatable is the bottle plus the label. But the water inside as a raw material, it doesn't have VAT. But the moment you start selling it, you have to sell the entire package plus VAT. So you find that every month you'll be paying a lot of VAT on this water. That is tax number one. We come to the excise tax, that is a stamp that is up here. So this stamp, you have to go to KRA for them to be able to give you these stamps. Now this stamp, it is provided on manufacturing on the liters manufactured. So the moment you manufacture and you put on the bottle top, you activate that stamp. So you're also going to pay excise tax on a monthly basis on the number of the item, the number of the bottles or the liters that you're going to manufacture and activate. So that is complexity number two. And then we've not come to the income tax at the end of the year, that you're supposed to also do income tax, your profit and losses, and pay 30%. When it comes to stamp, this stamp, the moment you finish those stamps, for instance, these are you've been given 10,000 stamps. The moment they are over, you have to go back to KRA and tell them, I need more stamp. Those more stamps, you have to go through an audit. They tell you, we gave you 10,000 stamps. We want to see how you used them and how you paid taxes. So every time that you're requesting for stamps, there's an audit of reconciliation that is happening. So this company is constantly being audited. And remember, they are going to tie the excise stamp because it's going to show the liters manufactured, and they're going to tie it to the money, to the VAT that you have paid, because it is also going to show how much you have sold at the end of the day. So I've seen very small companies, very small, being paying a lot of taxes. You find that a company will pay 300,000 VAT and 300,000 as excise on a monthly basis. So at the end of the day, the taxes become very complicated, very complex, and you feel that like you're just working to pay taxes. The other portion of these taxes is excise stamp. This stamp, you do it on manufacturing. You haven't sold the product. The moment you activate it, you've not sold the product. Then when it comes to VAT, the moment you raise an invoice, and mostly you find this water in the supermarket, in the hotels, they pay you after 30 days, after 45, after 90 days. But the moment you raise an invoice, KRA is looking for their money. They don't want to know that you're going to be paid the other month or the other month. So you find that at the end of the day, the tax obligation is a really big burden to you because of the complexity when it comes to the VAT and to the excise tax. Another thing that I should mention, because of the stamp, this water is highly surveyed. There's a lot of surveillance when it comes to water. So you find the KRA will move to supermarkets. They're going to scan this stamp to make sure that it is valid stamp and it is a legal stamp. So there is a lot of surveillance that happens. So if somebody comes to your organization and they tell you, oh, we can give you stamps, make know that one of these days, you're going to be caught, and that is a legal case. At the end of it, or you're going to be penalized a lot of money because of that what you have done. So those are the complexities around it. The other taxes are pay as you earn if you're having employees. And remember, the moment you have those employees, you also have an SSF, a SHA, you have affordable housing levy, and you have NITA. So the other 4 levies you also have to pay when you're having employees. So if you want to start a water company, it is very important for you to have a tax consultant work with you. And that is why you find if you cannot sell this water at 30 shillings, 40 shillings, 50, you cannot be able to do the business. So you find the people who are selling the water at very low cost, they'll just sell for 6 months, a year, and then they close down because of taxes. So that is very important. Make sure that you have a tax consultant. Keep your books properly because of the constant reconciliation and audit. Put your books in order, systemize your accounting work. It's also very, very important.